Hello Unity fans and welcome back to my game development series. I would like to interrupt my mini-series on optimization and threading to ask for your feedback on the user interface design I'm working on. I've designed the basic idea and would appreciate your thoughts on the overall look, practicality and any other insights that could help me improve it. I could then continue to design and develop it while taking into account as much of the complete end result as possible, to avoid extra work and snags down the line. So please listen to my quick discussion on the idea and let me have yours in the comments. I was trying to find a design that fits well into the existing structure of the game. It had to follow a main theme that could run through different UI screens, but be adaptable enough so that the different applications still feel like the same basic approach is being followed. Something giving you the freedom to expand in order to cater for different UI situations, but without losing the familiarity and common theme. I realized that we already have something like this in the game itself, namely a grid of hexes, so I tried it out. This is an enlarged version to make everything more visible. A lot of the gameplay will be driven through the buildings themselves, with the units mostly not being individually controlled by the player. So far, every building will have 4 possible tasks to assign to its inhabitants. The priorities of these tasks can be set by the player using these up and down arrows. They aren't yet linked to the percentages, but given the priorities of the 4 tasks, the probability of each being the next task will be determined. There's also the option of resetting the priorities to equal. Each element of the UI also has its own tooltip to inform the player. I also think there should be a setting to allow the player to turn tooltips off. Each UI function or hex will have its own icon, and the hexes themselves can actually be buttons. So, for example, we could click on the harvest wood icon and then set an area on the map that this building's inhabitants would focus on. You can already see the buttons darkening visually as you mouse over them or click them, so I think it already looks quite smooth and polished. The currently unused hexes could be used to display various important bits of information about the building, which I have not yet catered for, so I'm just displaying the other resource icons in them for now. Hexes could also contain other UI elements like tick boxes, radio buttons or sliders as these become required. What I like about this design is that you could easily add more functionality and information for more complex buildings by adding hexes onto this structure. You could allow a minimalist panel with only the essential controls, or an expanded panel for someone who wants to see every bit of behind the scenes information. There should always be a pleasing formation you can construct to cater for any reasonable number of required hexes. For example, here I've added 2 hexes to the top left and top right, which I use to follow and display the 2 inhabitants of the building up close, so you can see exactly what they're doing. Again, you'd be able to click on the hex itself to, for example, jump to that unit with the main camera view. Okay, let me stop here and ask for your feedback, please. I've actually not played a lot of games in the last 10 years, so I don't have many recent UI experiences to lean on. Let me know what you think of this design, especially if there's some potential problems I need to consider. In the next few videos, we'll continue analyzing game optimization and threading, so turn notifications on if you don't want to miss them. Goodbye!